What is up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's reaction video is understanding swing states in American elections. Pennsylvania, Georgia, Nevada and more.
There's a lot of states, I'm thinking.
Yeah, I don't know how many are swing states. There's obviously at least 3, well at least 4 because you said and more.
Yeah.
So maybe at least 5. I believe a swing state is one which...
Could be either way.
Either way, yeah. We really don't know much about American politics in terms of...
I just know there's like the two, isn't there?
Yeah, there's like these elections...
Is it Labour?
No.
Democrat,
and I want to say
Republicans. I think it is. Labour's English.
Yeah, Labour and Conservatives
I don't know
is
anything about
English.
I feel like I don't know anything about elections because we can't even vote in the UK elections.
Yeah, you can't. I technically can, but in Jersey you can't.
No, so like I've never had to do that. So at least if you vote in the UK, you have some idea of what it is, kind of what you're voting for.
Yeah, definitely.
Whereas I have literally no idea because I've never done it.
Literally, and
I've never voted in my life.
By the time I was old enough to vote,
You lived here?
Yeah, I lived in Jersey, so I've never followed it. So I know there is going to be political things in my comments here. It is just the beast of the nature. This is more for us to learn what swing states are. And again, I believe they are the really close ones, but this is going to show the significance of it and stuff like that. Because we just generally don't know. I don't really know much about the candidates either, to be honest, running for it. So again, we don't really have an opinion on that. But yeah, are you ready to go and find out? I've just noticed that this is like this. Can I just quickly easily change it? Oh, I can. There we go. Right, are we ready?
I'm ready.
Let's go.
In just a few weeks, the people of the United States are going to the polls to
That's the other thing. Tomorrow's election day, by the way.
It's election day.
It is election day tomorrow. So although, like you say, we don't know much about it, I do think it's important you vote for whoever you want to vote for. So get down and vote.
Yeah, I mean, vote for what you think is right, I guess.
Exactly, yeah.
It's everyone's opinion.
Everyone's got their own opinion, but like you say, the whole thing, let's do it in the UK as well. Just if you want to vote, make sure you go and vote.
Don't moan if you're not going to go and vote.
There's also that, but...
Although I don't really care.
Yeah.
It doesn't affect me. You guys do what you want.
I was just saying, although like I say we have no clue, just go and vote, why not? If you really want to vote for someone, go and do it, why not? Right, are you ready? And good luck, whoever.
A new president. Isn't it a little crazy that the fate of the country, arguably the continent and the world, just rests on the votes of these 7 states, which, by the way, only represent about 15% of the country's population.
Oh, wow.
In this video, I'm going to try to understand and explain why these 7s are currently swing states and why swing states matter so much in US elections.
Is he general knowledge?
Yeah. I was just saying, I recognise the voice. I didn't check the channel. His link's in the description, by the way.
Somebody left a comment the other day saying, yo, don't get political in your videos. I'm not getting political, okay? I'm not saying vote for this party or for that party. I'm wearing a green shirt. So.
Oh. What's happening here? Our internet. Oh.
That it's not any side. But I'm just explaining how the political system works because as a European, and a lot of my viewers are European, it's a very confusing system, right?
Yep.
And I just want to get into it a little bit to allow us to understand our reality a little better. Because of their quite odd electoral system, the winner of the US presidential election isn't necessarily the candidate with the most votes. Instead, the winner is decided by the Electoral College, institution where representatives or electors from each state vote according to the results of their state.
Okay.
The founding fathers established the Electoral College in the Constitution, in part as a compromise between the people that wanted the president to be elected by popular vote and the others that wanted it to be elected by the representatives in Congress. Okay. While states with more population have more electors in the Electoral College, there isn't a direct connection, and this leads us to a situation where smaller states are definitely benefited in their representation. Essentially, they are overrepresented. For instance, Texas has 40 electoral votes out of the 538 total of the country, but its population is 30 million people. This makes it so that they only have 6 electoral votes per 5 million people, while a state like Wyoming with 600,000 people has 26. Putting aside crazy this system.
So I guess that's stating that if you're in Wyoming, technically your vote has, trying to do the math, over 4 times more influence than someone in Texas, I guess. Is that what
I guess
saying?
because there's more opinions in Texas.
Well, yeah, it's just because there's so many more people your vote is worth less.
Yeah, it's like saying if
technically.
you go for a job interview, if you and your friend go for a different job interview and she's up against 50 people, you're up against 20, you've got more chance of getting the job.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, percentage-wise, yeah, exactly. It is that.
That was really good for me.
I was really confused what you were going with at first.
Yeah, no, but
Yeah, but percentage-wise.
sometimes I go around the point to get to the point, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm surprised we got to the point. No, I'm joking, Ben, I'm joking.
That's
But
right.
yeah, so your vote, if you lived in Wyoming, I'm guessing, and you voted, it's worth more than the Texas vote, I guess. Again, please let me know if that's a wrong interpretation.
I'm agreeing, like,
System is and potentially
Whatever you say.
unfair, leading to a winner that doesn't win the popular vote. This makes
That
us
is quite mad,
understand
actually,
why
isn't
certain states can be so important in an election. If a candidate were to win California, Texas, New York, and Florida, they would be kind of halfway to winning the presidency only with these 4
Wow.
states.
Okay,
However,
that's
at
quite a
least
lot.
in recent times, it's pretty difficult for a candidate to win the biggest states and be done with it because they're usually kind of divided along party lines. The Democrats win some and the Republicans win others.
Okay, so
Now,
it's
before we
not
keep
just a
going, I want
half
to take a minute
split.
to tell you about parties aren't lucky or unlucky enough so that these major states can be considered toss-up or swing states.
Okay.
And that's actually the case with most states of the Union. Since the year 2000, 36 states have voted for the same party.
Oh,
Only 15
wow.
states, plus Nebraska and Maine's 2nd districts, have not.
Yeah, it's
And
quite
despite
solid
this
amount,
count
isn't
of
it?
15, as we move closer to the 2024 election, a lot of states have started defining their own party leanings, leaning more Democrat or more Republican according to the polls, by margins that don't really lead us to believe that they can go the other way. And so
Okay.
each
Okay.
party kind of starts having almost a crystallized electorate that they know they can count on. The Democrats can count on 226 almost certain electoral votes from the states they are pretty sure they'll win, while the Republicans can count on 219. But
Okay, so it's pretty close. Like,
Yeah,
when
it
you
is
think
pretty
about
close.
that, and then like say, why are these swing states
I
important?
think this kind of rings a bell in terms of the graph.
Yeah, I guess so.
So
dunno.
I remember, I think this was before, it must have been before me. I don't remember when Donald Trump first, when he beat Hillary Clinton to
Okay.
presidency. What year was that, I wonder?
Well, he won it in 2016, I believe.
So before I met you, me and my mum, I think it's like maybe 6:30 in the morning, I'd come down getting ready for school or something, whatever.
yeah,
And she had it on her iPad,
and it looked like that.
and it looked like, and it was moving up and down as
Oh,
people
there you
were,
go.
as
So
votes were coming
As,
in.
as it coming in, so
Yeah.
it'd been the States, I guess. But it's quite mad.
Don't know
how-
why she was watching it, guys. But
Yeah, I mean, it just shows how important the swing states are, doesn't it?
Mm.
Because you can count on that, you can count on that pretty even. So it is the bits you're not
Mm.
sure about who can decide it. If it was 400 to 10, the
No,
swing states
yeah,
wouldn't
it's
matter,
different.
would it? It's quite mad, isn't it? How
Mm.
close it is.
they are pretty sure they'll win, while the Republicans can count on 219. But the other states that don't go either way are so close, tied in the middle, that they can kind of swing one way or another, hence being called swing states. And because both parties are so confident in their crystallized electorate and they know that they're going to get those votes anyway, most of the campaign time and money ends up being dedicated
Oh, wow,
to
just
these
to
swing states
other
because
states.
they
Yeah.
know that the path to victory is through them. Right
Got
now,
ya.
for this election, there are at least 7 swing states in the fight. Let's find out which they are. According to the website 270 to win, which by the way is pretty fun and lets you do these interactive map predictions of the results, there
Okay.
are 7 states that can be defined as swing states or toss-up states. They are Nevada, Arizona, Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, and Georgia.
All spread out
And
as
with
well.
the crystallized electorate that they already have, none of the sides needs to win the whole 7 to make it to the presidency. They just need a combination of them that gets their Electoral College vote count up to 270. For the Democrats, it
270
would
is the
be
number.
enough to win
Okay.
Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Although if the Republicans took the other 4 swing states, you'd get a 270-268
Ooh.
result, which would probably be the closest election ever.
Wow, that's
For the
ridiculously
Republicans,
close.
all they need is to win North Carolina, Georgia, and Pennsylvania. It really seems like despite whichever other swing states they win, the path to victory for this election is being able to win in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Some people
Okay.
point to Maine's 2nd District, which is usually Republican, and Nebraska's 2nd District, which is usually Democrat, also being potentially toss-up. And other people even go as far as saying that Texas or Florida might not be as safe in the red as we think, with some
really?
polls pointing to Republican wins only within the margin of error. But I think
Okay.
that's mostly wishful thinking on the side of the Democrats. But if it were true and the Democrats just took Texas by a little bit, that would push them to 266 votes.
Yeah, that's a big
And
difference.
they would just need
Yeah.
to win an additional swing state out of those 7, no matter which one, to win. In summary, the Electoral College makes it so that the states that don't conform to leaning to one party or to the other become decisive in each election.
Yeah.
And it's important to note that while these 7 swing states right now are seen as swing states, they don't hold that status permanently. This changes potentially every
With history,
single
yeah.
election. In 1988, Bush won
Oh my,
California,
that's a
and
lot
in
of red.
2008, Obama won Florida. 2 states that one would never consider going that way now.
Oh,
In the
really?
year 2000, the recount points to 13 states being battleground or swing states, including places like Washington and Oregon, which we now consider Democrat strongholds, or Tennessee and Arkansas, which are overwhelmingly
Like I
Republican.
said, all it does is, if suddenly people have a change of mind one year, they vote for the other side, that stronghold is like, oh, maybe it's a swing state this
yeah.
year. And then if they go again, it's like, oh, maybe it's a stronghold for them. So I guess it's easy to change, doesn't it? But like you said, there might be surprises. Who knows? I honestly don't know enough about what the country, what the states go for.
I'm just putting it out there now. I don't know. Is this... They're voting tomorrow for president, right?
Yeah.
And no, I just need to... No, this is just my start.
Okay,
My question is coming. That was just my clarification.
Okay, yeah.
My question is, they're voting between Harris and Trump.
I think other ones as well.
Okay, but they're the two
Oh,
big
they're
ones
the
that are probably going to be against.
From
in the
what,
end.
but again, going off this as well, I think it's very similar to Labour and Conservative, where obviously there is the Lib Dems in the UK as well, but where I think every state, majority will be either Trump or Harris in terms of who they vote for. Other people might, because I know like
Oh, yeah, 'cause
Kanye.
like Kanye West did
Yeah,
it,
he
like,
voted for it, didn't he?
Mate.
So although other people do run for him, they will get votes. I think the Electoral College votes always go to either one of the 2 main ones. I think.
Okay.
Again, let us know in the comments, please.
Okay.
Info.
It's just
about
so
this.
I know where we are.
Okay.
Even in 2004, a lot of central US states that now vote always in the red were still up for grabs. And while the historical trend seems to be for a decrease in swing states, with everybody kind of pinning down on whichever side they lean towards, we can't really say that that's going to happen for sure. In 2016, the Republicans won Georgia and North Carolina, but in 2020, the Democrats flipped Georgia to blue, and now even North Carolina is seen as up for grabs.
Yeah, so a
Things
different one.
change, and voting patterns depend a lot on
That's
who
what
the
I saw.
candidates on each side
Oh,
are
the
and
map.
what.
No,
Yeah.
that top bit.
The,
Trump,
at the
yeah.
top, how many want? So they need 270 apparently.
Yeah, and it kept going up when it was edited.
A state confirmed,
Yeah.
yeah.
Voting patterns depend a lot on who the candidates on each side are and what policies they are pursuing. How much their party is leaning right or left, or even how the population of a specific state changes over time.
True,
Certain
population matters.
demographic groups lean more to the Democrats and certain others lean more to Republicans. If a state suddenly gains or loses a lot of those people, the crystallized status of a state can change.
Okay.
Another factor that might contribute to a state either becoming crystallized or becoming a swing state is education. Consistent polls show that more educated population tend to vote more to the Democrat side.
Okay.
So to sum up everything that I just said, voting results in individual states matter because of the Electoral College, which awards a certain number of electors to each state, and that number isn't directly connected to their population.
Yeah.
Each state's individual results therefore matter more, and even though the big states matter most of all, this makes it so that campaigns are focused in the places where victory is still up for grabs.
Okay.
Devaluing
Which makes
both the
sense.
ones they know for sure that they'll win and the ones they know for sure that they'll lose. And the trend does seem to be that less and less states are becoming swing states. Who knows, maybe by the 2040 election, everything is going to come down to one single state.
Potentially.
But
You
history
never know.
shows us that other states that have had the status of swing states in the past changed because of changes on the ground, with the population, the party, the candidate, their policies, potentially creating even more swing states where each campaign pours most of their time and money
Yeah,
into.
there might
And
be
so
more
we
in the
understand
future.
what
Yeah.
a swing state is, why they exist, why they matter, and which they are right now. So hey, if you live in any of these states, you gotta go vote. Regardless of which side you support, you need to be aware that your vote might be the decisive one that hands either candidate the presidency. Now, I think I would be amiss if I didn't finish the video by showing you what I think is going to happen in each of these swing states.
Okay.
An important disclaimer, I'm not a political analyst, and while I like politics a lot, I don't know enough about US politics to be presenting an informed opinion. So I'm going to base my analysis, if you will, just off the most recent polls. At the time that this video is being filmed, they change all the time, so keep that in mind.
Okay,
Let's start out west and go
I'd have
east,
no clue
using
where
the
to
most
start.
recent poll averages on the website 538 as reference. In Nevada, most polls point to a slight Harris advantage, so we can assign that one to the Democrats. The same thing happens in Arizona. In Iowa, the Republicans are ahead by 4 in the latest poll, but in Wisconsin, the Democrats edge it slightly again.
Okay.
This map points to Florida being a toss-up because polls are under a 5% margin, but the Republicans are always ahead, and so I think they'll definitely take it. In Georgia, it's hard to tell. The most recent polls are super close, but
really?
since 3 are even and then it's 2-1, I guess I'll sign it off as a Democrat win. In North Carolina, the Republicans are
269.
+2 in the most recent poll, so I'd give that one to them too, according to this. And the same happens in Pennsylvania, but it turns around in Wisconsin, with Harris being ahead, while Maine's 2nd district is leaning strong to Republicans. At this point, if this were correct, it would be 269 to the Democrats and 254 to the Republicans, with the decision coming down to Michigan, which according to the polls leans to the Republicans, and this would create an Electoral College tie, which I think has never happened before, and again points out how crazy this system is. I mean, if you're going to do something like this, at least make the number of electorates uneven so that there won't be a tie in any scenario. This would also counter the
You know
national...
what we need? We need the tie and then a game of rock, paper, scissors, steady, son. I'm
But
joking.
between Trump and
I mean,
Harris.
rock, paper, scissors, national TV.
Yeah, you need the Beesleys to give their input, and we wouldn't be able to.
We'll go, okay, black shoe.
I'll be like, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Right, who's gonna give
Bring
me?
Grandma Roses.
Who's gonna give me free access to America?
Yeah, who's going to give us free Texas barbecue?
You got it. It's all yours.
trend where Democrats are pretty far ahead in the popular vote. But what do you think? Maybe my prediction is...
video. But I'd be quite mad if it was a draw.
It'd be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, let's know what they'd do if it was a draw. There must be a protocol, surely.
Definitely.
Obviously, it's never happened before, apparently, but if there is, there must be a protocol. Smash that button if you enjoy, guys. Smash that subscribe button. Like you say, you can do whatever you want in the comments, because when I say don't talk about politics,
you're obviously going to, it's a politics video.
Yeah, exactly, and you can do whatever you want. We'd prefer if you didn't argue in the comments below, but like I say, we'll just understand swing states
definitely,
and a bit of an idea, because we will look
share your opinions, because I feel like that's important. This is what, just be nice. You don't have to be rude to people. Everyone has their own opinions. Their opinions for a reason.
Definitely. And now when it's all happening
like
tomorrow,
James thinks gravy goes on pancakes.
Oh,
I don't.
Oh, 100% it does.
But I'm not going to be rude to him.
Oh, it 100% does go on.
Just behind his back.
But yeah, we now understand swing states, so we'll have a little bit more of an idea what's happening tomorrow when it's happening. Have a great day, guys. Make sure you do vote, because, like I say, at the end of the day, everyone does have their opinion, so make sure you get your vote in. It does matter.
Get your voice heard.
Exactly. And what should we do?
Have a fantastic day.
And we'll see you, legends, in the next one. Peace.